Hello everybody. What we've got right now is 4 buckets. I'm going to prepare the buckets for this evening's meal for the mares and foals and young horses. They get a bit of a supplement. They get some hard grain, and we give them the Matrix Fiber Smart, sort of a low sugar safe feed. They also get the Harmony Complete Pellets supplement. They get a little bit of Alpha Tech alfalfa pellets. And then over here, they get a little bit of Pegasus Crunch, Cool Crunch, which is a higher protein, kind of a chunky pellet. We also use these for horse treats. They're handy to carry in your pockets. But anyways, that's what they get. And sort of hand holding the camera here. They don't get a lot. A couple of pounds in each bucket. And then we feed these out with their nighttime. We take a wagon out with the ATV full of alfalfa grass mix hay. The reason we do that, even though they have a large round bale out there to pre-feed on, we give them the extra hay, alfalfa hay, because it is tested with a higher protein for growing horses and mares that are still nursing their foals. We don't wean foals during winter months, so if they're not ready to be weaned by the end of September, then they stay with their mothers all winter till spring break sometime in March. And yeah, so we give them extra hay twice a day, alfalfa mix for the higher protein, and we give them these buckets, the little extra feed and their vitamins, just because they are still nursing their foals and they are still growing, the young foals, and it's just good to give them extra and make sure they get what they need. And the other reason that we give them extra hay, alfalfa, higher protein, it's also twice a day. It ensures, not that I wouldn't check on them anyways, but hang on, I'm digging in to get a little bit of, here we go, just a little bit of rice bran for each of them, a little bit extra. Part of the reason we give extra hay twice a day is it ensures that twice a day I'm sort of hand feeding them and getting a look at what they're, making sure that they're reacting normally, that they're up, walking around, interested in eating. It's a very good way to tell if they're not feeling well or something. And here we're going to just go dip in and get a little bit of iodized salt for each one. So again, when we go out twice a day with some sort of food, we can tell if anybody's under the weather, and then we need to be on guard and watch for it. Whereas a lot of times, here, I'll just turn this. A lot of times, if you're just kind of wandering around amongst them, sometimes some of them hang back and don't want to come into the crowd and whatnot. And it's a little bit harder to tell if somebody's not feeling quite right. So yeah, it's just one more way that we like to ensure that they are feeling good and interested in eating. So yeah, now we just did prepared the buckets for the afternoon or evening feeding. Now I'm going to come outside here. I know, look, I'll flip the camera around again. I'm just filling the water trough. And all these guys are hanging around here. There's my little man. This little guy is Conversano Graciosa. His mom's name is Graciosa. It's kind of silly of me to call her that officially. It's hard to say and hard to spell, but anyways, Gracie, that's what we call her. So her little colt gets her name as well. Now this little guy is unique because he is actually black. Like we had his DNA, he's color tested. He is a black horse, so he's not dark brown or bay. And he is going to stay black. So he will not turn gray like most other Lipizzans. You can see his brother here with the white star. He's a very dark brown. He looks black, doesn't he? But he's actually a very dark brown. We did not bother to do any color testing with him because we know he's going to turn gray. He had some indicators that I recognized with the experience that I have when he was born that indicated he was going to turn gray. But also, as I may have mentioned in another video, his mom over here, Tanaya, we call her Shania, we tested her and she has 2 copies of the gray gene in her genetics. So she was born brown or bay color and she turned gray, as with most Lipizzans. But we tested, and because she carries 2 copies of the gray gene, that means that she will always contribute 1 copy of gray to her baby because she got 2. So she'll always give 1. And gray overlaps any color that a foal is born. So if a foal is genetically black, brown, red, chestnut, it will turn gray if it has 1 copy. Because gray is a dominant kind of a color. It covers up any color. So there you have it. That little colt is going to turn gray. And then this little colt will not turn gray. He will stay black his whole life. Right? Hi, little guy. He was Gracie's first baby, and she is an older mare. And he was born what they consider premature. So he was born before full gestation. And so he's a little bit small, and he was born sort of later in the year. And so he's a little bit small. We're not sure if he'll stay small. Oh, hi Sonica. She's a little bit reactive, that young girl. This little gray one here. But he might grow big enough for, horse size, but he might stay kind of pony sized. In which case, suit some small rider, maybe a child. We'll see how his temperament is, if he's kind of got that mentality that a young person could ride him and handle him. I myself like the small horses. I'm small. I'm like 5'3" and a half. Anyways, this little guy, he's adorable. He's very sweet. He's very mild-mannered, easygoing, not super excitable. Really sweet guy. So if he ends up being pony size, I'm okay with that. Maybe I'll keep him for myself. Eh? So there you have it. We did the feed buckets. It's too early to feed them yet. We've done the feed buckets, prepared them, introduced you to a couple more horses, let you have a look around. There's young Sonica, who is turning gray. But she's got a very thick mane on her. She's got some, what they call these fairy knots. She just shakes her head and they knot up. She's got a very thick, long tail as well. Very thick. She is not a very big girl either. She's possibly going to stay pony size. She's 3 years old. It's got a weird distortion on the camera here. She's 3 years old. She's not a really tall horse. So we'll see how she turns out. She's beautiful. Gorgeous horse. Beautiful mover. Very sweet. She is a little bit skittish, so she needs to gain some confidence. And she will, over time. There's a good girl. She's being told to move on here because Shania has come up. Hi, Shania. Hi, Shania. Good girl. Hey, Grumpy Pants. Yeah. There we go. All right. We got to move this hose over to the other trough. So all these water troughs have heaters in them because we get some pretty cold temperatures. -30 overnight it's been of late. We haven't had any real extremes. Oh, I'm stuck in the door. Haven't had any real extreme cold weather this year. No -40. Hose is stuck. No -40, but you know, it's cold enough that water definitely freezes if you don't make some special allowances, like even though these troughs have heaters in them, we usually put some sort of lid on them, as you can see. And then we also bank up the snow all around them. The trough that's out back has a insulated box around it as well. So, yeah, that's it. Topping up the waters. And these pesky little adorable guys always hang around and pick up the hose and bite my clothes and things like that. They're absolutely just adorable. They're just so, I don't know what's the word, they give me such tranquility. If I'm ever upset or bothered, I can just come out here and hang out with these guys. There he goes, picking up my hose. Come out here and hang out with these guys, give them a pet, give them a cuddle, have them pester me and bite my clothes, or sometimes I just hang around them. The mares are really nice to hang around because they usually just come and hang out with you and stand around and absorb your sadness or your troubles and take them away. These guys are great. Dogs come out here with us to do chores. They love it. We've got a couple of standard poodles. I tell you, they're great farm dogs, aside from the fact that the hay sticks to them and they bring it all in the house. But they love being out here and they're very loyal. They're always close by your side. Never take off. If you think you've lost one, just give them a call and you'll find they're actually very close by. So that's our standard poodles. And there's our horses. So hope you've enjoyed this. Hope the first part wasn't too boring about making the buckets ready for their special dinner meals. And meeting the horses and then filling the water troughs. Tell you, it's a beautiful day today. It's -4 or something. It feels fabulous. Oh look, there's Conversano Graciosza having a little suckle, a little drink from his mom. She occasionally is fed up with him. They all do. They all sort of occasionally refuse to let them nurse because they're getting old enough to be weaned now. We won't force it until the weather is better. So by then, these mares may have actually somewhat naturally weaned them. But there you have it. There we go. Thanks so much for tuning in. We love making these videos for you. I hope you enjoy them. And if you like them, hit the like button. Oh, here's our barn cat. A beautiful barn cat. That's another video someday. He likes to ride the quad, the ATV around. Okay. There we go. All right, guys. You have a great afternoon. Thanks so much for tuning in. And we'll see you next time. Don't forget, hit like, share the video, and subscribe. Thanks so much. Bye for now.